with the most simple affirmation or the simple principle of truth that really confronted me. And it sounds too simple, it sounds too. But, the most simple things I found are generally the most powerful. So, the most simple confrontation that I was met with today by a teacher was that the fact that every single act, every thought, everything we do, everything we think, everything we feel is either coming from a place of love, self-love, or it's coming from a place of self-hatred, or the lack of love, or the opposite of love. And again, that sounds so simple, but today it just really confronted me in a way that it really clicked. And it's true. Everything is either bringing more life or bringing us closer to death, destruction, diminishment. We can apply it to everything in life. We can see it in every area of our life. But most times our human ego will not want to admit it. For instance, guilty pleasures. For instance, things that we call temporary pleasures, or something that we know in our heart of hearts doesn't work for us, doesn't bring more life, is not actually good for our life. I'm just going to keep this phone on a little bit because it's starting to rain. We know it's not good for our life, but it's a guilty pleasure. It's something that we do for a temporary pleasure. But it's actually bringing death. It's bringing destruction. It's bringing depletion. Yet we call it we even call it a guilty pleasure. But if we simply take stock of our life and just look, that thought, that feeling, that action, that food, that conversation, every thought, word, deed, is it coming from a place of self-love, or is it coming from a place of self-loathing? Or the more subtle one is self-improvement, going to the gym, losing weight, improving yourself in some way, getting something better, changing yourself in some way. Now, on the surface, those things all sound good. I'm doing something loving to myself by going to the gym and really punishing my body in some ways, literally breaking down my body in some ways. Pretty much everyone will agree that that is a good thing. But is that a good thing if it's coming from a lack of self-love? Is it beneficial to break down our body where maybe we're actually punishing ourselves because we don't love ourselves, because we haven't accepted ourselves the way we are? We haven't accepted our body the way it is. We somehow feel broken or dirty or unfit or unlovable or not beautiful or whatever it is. And then we do the thing that we're supposed to do, self-improvement, exercise, changing the way we look, changing the way we eat, whatever it happens to be. If that comes from a place of self-loathing, if it comes from a place of I'm not good enough, I'm broken, I need to be fixed, is it really a loving act to go to the gym to try and change our broken self into a fixed self, a beautiful self, a healthy self? Is that really self-love? Or is it actually self-hatred, self-loathing, non-acceptance, clothed in a loving thing called exercise, clothed in a loving thing called self-improvement, clothed in a whatever the label is? It was very confronting for me today to hear this, because I could see, and I can see, if I'm really honest with myself, I can see the choices that I make that come from non-acceptance of myself, that come from I'm broken and I need to fix, comes from maybe I can do better, or I should do better, or I need to do better, whatever it is. And what this teacher is sharing is you can do everything right, but if you're doing it from the wrong place, you could eat the best diet, do the best exercise, have the the greatest meditation practice, doing work that you love, helping people or serving people, but if it's coming from an underlying brokenness, if it's coming from, if I do this, I'll be better, if I do this, I'll be more, if I do this, I'll be more beautiful, more healthy, more loving, more godly. If it starts from the wrong place, it can never get us to that holy place, that whole place. We have to come from self-love. We have to come from acceptance. We have to come from accepting our body exactly the way it is. Come from accepting our life exactly the way it is. Then if we do an act, it's from love. We'll not punish ourselves in the gym. We'll not force ourselves to do a diet. We'll not try to be holy. We'll be coming from wholeness. We'll make choices that are self-loving with our food or our exercise or whatever it happens to be, because it's who we are. It's because we love ourselves, not because we want to change ourselves, not because we're broken and we need fixed. We'll have it because we'll make that decision because it's who we are. We take care of our body from a place of love, not from a place of I'm broken and I need fixed. I'm not beautiful, I need to become beautiful. I'm not holy, I need to be holier. I don't serve enough, I need to serve to become worthy, to become whole, to become a good person. It's so simple, but it was so confronting today, and I feel like maybe it's just for me, but if you really get honest with yourself and look at your daily actions and look at what you do and why you do it, and if you really go to the core and you really get authentic and you really get real, is it coming from a place of self-love, or is it coming from a place of brokenness, of lack of love, of self-loathing, of even self-hatred, self-judgment? And the more subtle one again is that even on the more subtle things that on the surface everyone agree is good, is beneficial, exercise, eating healthy, meditation, serving people, whatever it is that on the surface looks good, but why are you doing it? Where is it coming from? Is it coming from a place of deep self-love, deep self-compassion, deep self-acceptance? Or is it coming from a self-loathingness, a brokenness, a self-hatred, a judgment, a non-acceptance? It's very subtle, especially if we're on the path of self-development, self-improvement, spirituality. But in any way, asking where we are coming from. Where does this act come from? Why am I doing this? What is its purpose? Does it come from a place of wholeness, of holiness, of completeness, of acceptance? Or does it come from a place of brokenness? This is what I was confronted with today, and this is what I'm reflecting on today, so I'm just sharing here what it has brought for me, and maybe it can bring for you. So I'm going to reflect on it and contemplate it today and look to every act, every thought, every word, every deed, every feeling. Where is it coming from? What is its purpose? What is its source? And does it actually come from self-love? Or is it coming from a place of lack of self-love? I'm going to sit with it today and every day and continue on this journey, sharing my process, sharing the journey, sharing the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the ins, the outs, the heres, the theres. If you are interested in exploring more leadership of the heart, exploring more remembering who you are, exploring more, confronting yourself in a loving way, go to heartleader.love. Until next time, from my heart to yours, the divine in me sees, loves, and honors the divine in you. Namaste. We are